Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my International 260A skip loader, landscape tractor, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it's the same as the 260A backhoes, but without the backhoe. It's got a 3-point hitch on the back. It's a pretty handy machine. This one here is hydrostatic, and it's got foot pedal control. Got a pedal for forward, a pedal for reverse. Pretty simple operation, great for a loader tractor. And you can see instead of the backhoe on the back, we have a 3-point hitch. And I've even added the upper hydraulic cylinder and the tilt cylinder to the side. So this one actually has many different axes of control by this valve body right here. We can tilt, raise, angle. It's pretty handy. However, the hydrostatic transmission in this unit has been the center of some headache here lately. Although I have the tractor almost done and ready for paint and new decals and new wiring, there's something up with the hydrostatic transmission. And it is, when it gets warmed up, it eventually stalls out and starts slipping forward and reverse. I've checked the pressures, got a hold of Her's machine there in Washington, Kansas. Unfortunately, this unit shares the same hydrostatic transmission that the Hydro 84 ag tractors use, the other international backhoes use, and like 574 Hydro, based on the Doncaster, England built tractors. Her's machine and hydrostatics doesn't mess with this particular transmission, which is unfortunate for me, but that's okay. We do have the service manual, the pressure specs, and we're taking the test kit that I got from them. And if we lift the lid right here, we can actually get to some test ports right here. It's 2 test ports. 2 test ports right here. As I recall, these were servo pressure. I'll have to look in the book to make sure. And then down here, and can I get it on camera? Not quite. But underneath there is also some other test ports. And we ran some tests. Unfortunately, tests weren't good news. This machine had been pushed and towed with the transmission and gear. You can see this range transmission right here. If you ever tow a hydrostatic tractor, always be sure that it is in neutral. Otherwise, you're spinning the motor side inside the transmission without lubrication pressure. And when I first got this machine, I didn't realize that the mechanism inside the transmission for this lever was actually broken. So even though the shift lever showed it to be a neutral, it wasn't. And I did tow it, not real far, but I did tow it, and then also around my yard once I got it off the trailer. And then I don't even know what the previous owner did. So in conclusion, I probably have some transmission work to do inside this, unfortunately. So, made a little trip to Texas, and we bought something. This right here is another hydrostatic transmission and transaxle from a 260A Hydro backhoe. It was parted out in Texas. I bought a few pieces off of it for my machines. And although they said that this transmission wouldn't pull anymore, I figured I'd buy it for at least parts, if not to rebuild and swap out into my unit. Now the transmission itself only consists of the bell housing here back to about here where it splits, and then you have your rear end housing, differential, and your axle tubes come out of the back. All I really needed was this front section here. However, I got a pretty good deal on the whole unit, so I just bought the whole thing. These right here are your foot and inch valves and your anti-coast valve. These are also kind of problematic, or they can be, not necessarily always, but to have a couple spares to swap around and test with will be kind of handy. Managed to pick up this whole unit for a reasonable price, and it's still got a lot of the hydraulics on it yet. This filter housing, this is from the early serial number production of 260A. There was a later one where the hydraulic filter was on the side of the engine compartment up front rather than under the floor. This is early serial number, just like my tractor. Anyways, thought I'd share this. Some other features here. Because this came off a backhoe, it does not have your PTO outputs on the back. It doesn't have the 3-point arm cover for the back like mine does. There's a few differences, but my main concern is the transmission itself. Hopefully we'll have some videos in the future, maybe tearing into this thing. I would love to show it and talk about it a little bit more and show the internals. Not just the wizard that lives inside the box, but get to know the wizard a little bit. Anyways, thanks for watching.